Welcome to this self-compassion meditation. This meditation can be used when you are feeling overwhelmed or emotionally exhausted from tending to your children's emotional needs. Because, let's admit it, when our children are undergoing any kind of challenges, many of us mommies feel and carry their emotions really deeply in our hearts. And let's also admit it, it can get really draining and exhausting for us. I hope this meditation can give you the pause, the retreat that you need from tending to your children's emotional needs. And I hope that this meditation can empower you to hold space for yourself and address your own mental well-being, because you really deserve those things. Let's begin. Wherever you are, ensure that you are separated from disturbances. Find a comfortable position that you can situate yourself into, seated or lying down. Whatever you are overdoing, just put that aside for now. Turn off the phone, mute those sounds of messages arriving in your social media and email inboxes. And we are going to take a few deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale deeply out of your mouth. And as you exhale, you can even let out a sound of a big sigh if you have to just relieve the tensions, the pressures that you have been holding on to far too long. So let's just do that a few times. And once you are done doing those deep breathing, just let your breath come back to you naturally at whatever rhythm is right for you at this moment. Just breathe. Just let your breath come back to you. Just breathe. Now, I invite you to bring to mind a challenging situation involving your child or your children. What happened? And what emotions are coming up? Where do these emotions sit or can be felt in your body? And if you want to explore a little further about this emotion, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Can you put a name to these emotions? Is it anger, sadness, grief, anxiety, or just that feeling of helplessness or hopelessness? And if you are feeling a mixed bag of emotions right now, that is completely okay and normal. And if you can't find a word to label your emotions at this moment, that is okay and normal too. Because parenting can be that exhausting sometimes that we can't even put a specific name to our emotions at any given time when asked to. So, however you feel right now, please know it is entirely okay and normal. Please be gentle with yourself and try not to judge yourself for feeling the way that you do. We are humans. And a big, miraculous, and beautiful part of being human also means having a range of emotions, including those challenging ones that can give us this ease. So, the first key component of self-compassion is just acknowledging this ease. In other words, those challenging emotions that we might feel. So let's say you just label the emotions you are currently experiencing as anxiety. Or you might even label it as too complicated to explain. I invite you to just acknowledge these emotions with phrases like, wow, this is a moment of suffering. Or, ouch, this really hurts. It really hurts. Or, this is really hard right now. Or just whatever phrases come to mind for you and resonates with you. When we acknowledge our emotions, we are paving the ways for acceptance of ourselves. And when we accept ourselves, we can start to release our resistance. To resist how we are feeling, who we are at any given moment, can only further our suffering. Yes, it can be really heart-aching for us when our children are suffering. After all, they are extensions of us. When they hurt, we feel the pain just as much, and sometimes even more. But please know that what you are feeling right now, that emotion that you just acknowledged, it isn't weird, it isn't wrong, it isn't off. Rather, your emotion, however raw it is so completely normal. What you feel from this challenging situation, wow, many moms would too feel this way if they were placed in a similar situation. They really would. These other moms, like you, they are humans. And like you, they too are experiencing a wide, complex range of emotions. This knowing that other moms experience similar emotions brings us to the next component about self-compassion, and that is common humanity. Common humanity. Please be assured that the emotional sufferings that accompany the parenting journey, from loving so deeply those children of ours, is really very normal and common amongst all of us mommies. In fact, these sufferings are often heightened amongst many of us mommies when our children are sunken by their own emotional turmoil. And The last key component of self-compassion to remember is kindness. Yes, kindness to yourself. You have been overextending yourself to be kind, to hold space for, to soothe your children for so long. And now it is your turn for you, for yourself. How can you be kind to yourself? Really ask yourself that. How can I be kind to myself? Permit yourself to ponder on this question. Permit yourself to commit to whatever comes up for this question. How can I be kind to myself? Is it taking a nap? Is it calling a friend who you can trust to be there to listen, to truly listen without any judgment? Is it writing a love letter to yourself, raving on about how awesome you are, because you truly are? And in that letter, telling yourself that you can handle this because you have been through worse before? Is it reminding yourself that you are allowed to be more patient with yourself, to be more understanding with yourself? Is it reminding yourself that you are allowed to be less than perfect, to be less self-critical? And if after much pondering, you still don't know exactly how you can be kind to yourself, then I just invite you to do at least this. Wrap your arms around yourself. Wrap them around yourself and give yourself a big, lingering hug and say to yourself, I care about you. I love you, because I know you really do love you. You really do, mama, mommies, and you can. Take care, mommies. A big hug from me, a mommy of two, walking, experiencing emotional paths, the ups and downs of it, similar to yours, oh, so very often. And mommy, please come back to this meditation, to this space of retreat whenever you are exhausted,